Deuteronomy chapter 13. If a prophet or someone who has dreams arises among you and proclaims a sign or wonder to you, and that sign or wonder he has promised you comes about, but he says, "Let's follow other gods, which you have not known, and let's worship them," do not listen to that prophet's words or to that dreamer, for the Lord your God is testing you to know whether you love the Lord your God with all your heart and all your soul. You must follow the Lord your God and fear him. You must keep his commands and listen to him. You must worship him and remain faithful to him. That prophet or dreamer must be put to death, because he has urged rebellion against the Lord your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt and redeemed you from the place of slavery, to turn you from the way the Lord your God has commanded you to walk. You must purge the evil from you. If your brother, the son of your mother, or your son or daughter, or the wife you embrace, or your closest friends secretly entice you, saying, "Let's go and worship other gods," which neither you nor your ancestors have known, any of the gods of the peoples around you, near you, or far from you, from one end of the earth to the other, do not yield to him or listen to him. Show him no pity, and do not spare him or shield him. Instead, be the first against him to put him to death, and then the hands of all the people. Stone him to death for trying to turn you away from the Lord your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt, out of the place of slavery. All Israel will hear and be afraid, and they will no longer do anything evil like this among you. If you hear it said about one of your cities, and the Lord your God is giving you to live in, that wicked men have sprung up among you, led the inhabitants of their city astray, and said, "Let's go and worship other gods, which you have not known," you are to inquire, investigate, and interrogate thoroughly. If the report turns out to be true that this detestable act has been done among you, you must strike down the inhabitants of that city with a sword, completely destroy everyone in it, and as well as its livestock with a sword. You are to gather all its spoils in the middle of the city square and completely burn the city and all its spoils for the Lord your God. The city is to remain a mound of ruin forever. It is not to be rebuilt. Nothing set apart for destruction is to remain in your hand, so that the Lord will turn from his burning anger and grant you mercy, show your compassion, and multiply you as he swore to your ancestors. This will occur if you obey the Lord your God, keeping all his commands I am giving you today, doing what is right in the sight of the Lord your God.
Deuteronomy 14. You are the sons of the Lord your God. Do not cut yourselves or make a bald spot upon your head on behalf of the dead. For you are holy people belonging to the Lord your God. The Lord has chosen you to be his own possession out of all the peoples on the face of the earth. Clean and unclean foods. You must not eat any detestable thing. These are the animals you may eat: oxen, sheep, goats, deer, gazelles, roe deer, wild goats, ibexes, antelopes, and mountain sheep. You may eat any animal that has hooves divided in two and chews the cud, but among the ones that chew the cud or have divided hooves, you are to not eat these: camels, hares, and hyraxes. Though they chew the cud, they do not have hooves. They are unclean for you. Any pigs, though they have hooves, they do not chew the cud. They are unclean for you. Do not eat their meat or touch their carcasses. You may eat everything from the water that has fins and scales, but you may not eat anything that does not have fins and scales. It is unclean for you. You may eat every clean bird, but these are the ones you may not eat: eagles, bearded vultures, black vultures, the kites, any kind of falcon, every kind of raven, ostriches, short-eared owls, gulls, any kind of hawk, little owls, long-eared owls, barn owls, eagle owls, ospreys, cormorants, storks, any kind of heron, hoopoes, and bats. All winged insects are unclean for you. They may not be eaten. But you may eat every clean flying creature. You may not eat any carcass. You may not give it to a resident alien within your city gates, and he may eat it. Or you may sell it to a foreigner. For you are a holy people belonging to the Lord your God. Do not boil a young goat in its mother's milk. A tenth for the Lord. Each year you are set aside a tenth for all produce grown in your fields. You are to eat 10th of your grain, new wine, and fresh oil, and the firstborn of your herd and flock, in the presence of the Lord your God, at the place where he chooses to have his name dwell, so that you will always learn to fear the Lord your God. But if the distance is too great for you to carry it, since the place where the Lord your God chooses to put his name is too far away from you, and since the Lord your God has blessed you, then exchange it for silver. Take the silver in your hand and go to the place the Lord your God chooses. You may spend the silver on anything you want: cattle, sheep, goat, wine, beer, or anything you desire. You are to feast there in the presence of the Lord your God and rejoice with your family. Do not neglect the Levite within your city gates, since he has no portion or inheritance among you. At the end of the 3 years, bring a tenth of all your produce for that year and store it within your city gates. Then the Levite, who has no portions or inheritance among you, the resident alien, the fatherless, and the widow within your city gates may come eat and be satisfied. And the Lord your God will bless you in all the work of your hands that you do.
Deuteronomy 15. At the end of every 70 years, you must cancel debt. This is how to cancel debt. Every creditor is to cancel what he has lent his neighbors. He is not to collect anything from his neighbors or brothers, because the Lord released of the debt has been proclaimed. You may collect something from a foreigner, but you must forgive whatever your brother owes you. There will be no poor among you, however, because the Lord is certain to bless you in the land the Lord your God is giving you to possess as an inheritance. If only you obey the Lord your God and are careful to follow every one of these commands I am giving you today. When the Lord your God blesses you as he has promised you, you will lend to many nations but not borrow. You will rule many nations but they will not rule you. If there is a poor person among you, one is your brother within any of your city gates in the land the Lord your God is giving you, do not be hard-hearted or tight-fisted towards your poor brother. Instead, you are to open your hand to him and freely loan him enough for whatever need he has. Be careful that there isn't this wicked thought in your heart. The 17th year, the year of canceling debt, is near, and you are stingy towards your poor brother and gave him nothing. He will cry out to the Lord against you, and you will be guilty. Give to him and don't have a stingy heart when you give, and because of this, the Lord your God will bless you in all your work and in everything you do, for there will never cease to be poor people in the land. That is why I commanded you. Open your hand willingly to the poor and needy brother in your land. If your fellow Hebrew, a man or woman, is sold to you and serves you 6 years, you must set him free in the 7th year. When you set him free, do not send him away empty-handed. Give generously to him from your flock, your threshing floor, and your winepress. You are to give him whatever the Lord your God has blessed you with. Remember that you were a slave in the land of Egypt, and the Lord your God redeemed you. That is why I am giving you his command today. If your slave says to you, I don't want to leave you, because he loves you and your family and is well off with you, taken all and pierce through his ear into the door, and he will become your slave for life. Also, treat your female slave the same way. Do not regard it as a hardship when you set him free, because he worked for you. He worked for you 6 years, worth twice the wages of a hired worker. Then the Lord your God will bless you in everything you do. Consecrate to the Lord your God every firstborn male produced by your herd and flock. You are not to put the firstborn on your oxen to work, or shear the firstborn of your flock. Each year you and your family are to eat it before the Lord your God is in the place the Lord chooses. But if there is a defect in the animal, if it is lame or blind or has any serious defect, you may not sacrifice it to the Lord your God. Eat it within your city gates. Both the unclean person and the unclean may eat it as through it. Where a gazelle or deer, but you must not eat its blood. Pour it on the ground like water. Deuteronomy 16. Set aside the month of Abib and observe the Passover to the Lord your God, because the Lord your God brought you out of Egypt by night in the month of Abib. Sacrifice to the Lord your God a Passover animal from the herd or flock in the place where the Lord chooses to have his name dwell. Do not eat leavened bread with it. For 7 days you are to eat unleavened bread with it, the bread of hardship, because you left the land of Egypt in a hurry, so that you may remember for the rest of your life the day you left the land of Egypt. No yeast is to be found anywhere in your territory for 7 days, and none of the meat you sacrifice in the evening of the first day is to remain until morning. You are not to sacrifice the Passover animal in any of the towns the Lord your God is giving you. Sacrifice the Passover animal only at the place where the Lord your God chooses to have his name dwell. Do this in the evening as the sun sets at the same time of day you departed from Egypt. You are to cook and eat in the place the Lord your God chooses, and you are to return to your tent in the morning. Eat unleavened bread for 6 days. On the seventh day there is to be a solemn assembly to the Lord your God. Do not do any work. You are to count 7 weeks, counting the week from the time the sickle is first put to the standing grain. You are to celebrate the festival of weeks to the Lord your God when a freewill offering that you give in progression to how the Lord your God has blessed you. Rejoice before the Lord your God in the place where he chooses to have his name dwell. You, your son and daughter, your male and female slave, the Levites within your city gates, as well as the resident alien, the fatherless, and the widow among you. Remember that you were slaves in Egypt. Carefully follow these statutes. You are to celebrate the festival of shelter for 7 days, when you have gathered in everything from your threshing floor to wine press. Rejoice during your festival, you, your son and daughter, your male and female slaves, as well as the Levites, in the resident alien, the fatherless, and the widow within your city gates. You are to hold a 7-day festival for the Lord your God in the place he chooses, because the Lord your God will bless you in all your products and in all the work of your hand, and you will have abundant joy. All your males are to appear 3 times a year, therefore, before the Lord your God, in a place he chooses. At the festival of unleavened bread, the festival of weeks, and the festival of shelter, no one is to appear before the Lord empty-handed. Everyone must appear with a gift suited for his means, according to the blessing the Lord your God has given you. Appoint judges and officials for your tribes in all your towns, and the Lord your God is giving you. They are to judge the people with righteous judgment. Do not deny justice or show personally to anyone. Do not accept a bribe, for it blinds the eyes of the wise and twisted the words of the righteous. Pursue justice and justice alone, so that you will live and possess the land the Lord your God is giving you.